My weka.
Ramangwana redura kajeke safari. Tinga toshorwa tipei magogoro sikani. Ramangwana redura kajeke safari. Tinga toshorwa tipei magogoro sikani.
The July 31 election was expected to bring about change in Zimbabwe, and naturally the role of young people, especially the first-time voters, was to be crucial. For long, youth in Zimbabwe have not been interested in electoral processes. One organization took upon itself to embark on a program to entice the youth to participate in elections. But it had to find out first what makes them tick. Naturally, it had to take on the burden of harnessing the youth vote in this election. The journey started in 2012 with various initiatives aimed at cultivating interest in the country's political processes among the youth. The Election Resource Center had to venture into those areas where the youth frequent in order to understand what makes them tick. Naturally, the cyberspace, social network sites, and live media were an option. It organized a dedicated radio and social network platform where the program to entice youth to participate in election was to be hosted. Working in partnership with local radio stations such as ZFM, a program called X1G was born. The July 31 election was expected to bring about change in Zimbabwe, and naturally the role of young people, especially the first-time voters, was to be crucial.
X1G is an idea that was mooted around 2012, mid-2012, where there was a feeling amongst a lot of us young people that we needed to do something that would encourage young people to begin getting some interest in electoral processes. And this was largely informed by the fact that over the years, over the past almost 15 years, over the past 4 or 5 elections that we've had, the levels of participation has been gradually going down. So we found it necessary to create an idea that would at least begin to excite young people to engage.
Immediately the program hit the ground, carrying with it the gospel of electoral participation. It combined live radio programs, public roadshows, music concerts, and the interaction via social network sites as a strategy. So overwhelming was the response that its outreach programs attracted many followers across all ages.
Your hit music station. My station. Your station.
While the numbers were swelling at each and every outreach program, turning those numbers into votes remained a challenge that ERC had to deal with. Soon the program started attracting the attention of its target audiences. This was mainly as a result of the involvement of several celebrities that were endorsed as ambassadors of the program.
Very good.
ZFM stereo, my station.
Kuti anoziva kuti chaidiwa chii kuti uregister
Baba suka university. Change ID wa baba. Our schools, right?
That by do approve of residence, you can approve when you're what's happening to work and upload the water to GD to get live. I don't know about a card.
Let's vote.
Let's super.
I'm going to vote as well as the older ones, and what was needed for you to register.
This was to be a crucial tonic that made the program popular across the country. These celebrities helped to drum up support and get the young citizens of Zimbabwe into the mix with the elections. This was also to be the killer act, as it made participation in elections a cool thing to do. Some of the young followers of the program were also signed on as volunteers and become known as the X1G boys and girls.
I'm proud to be a young woman.
I am a young professional. I'm a female student.
Ukuvota ilungelo lami.
Kuvota ikodzero yangu.
I'm proud to be a first-time voter.
I make decisions. My vote counts. My vote, my voice.
My vote, my right.
Ande kunovota asambeni asambeni.
Let's make voting the next cool thing. Peace. Because voting is squared.
Suddenly, many young people, particularly those at universities, were lining up to volunteer to work on the program as X1G ambassadors. The tag came with some measure of swag and rubbed off onto many other young people wherever the program went.
Patience move Cynthia, right. Sijichina lapha njengoba likhona lapha I-concept le ilincede ngani? What did this concept benefit you? Njengoba lilapha likholisa labanye abantu.
Kade siyena lutho lokwenza.
That's a good answer. What is it?
Yes, encourage ukuthi ngathi salute.
Right, bese mbuzo ukuthi lina iZimbabwe elikhangeleleyo phambili nje nxa sesikhangele in 5 years time 10 years time ifuna ukuthi kube njani ngoba yini youth yakhona thina sisidini abadala lithini
Ifuna kube le change.
Ifuna kube le change, that's good. Wena ngakho ufuna nimo ke
Lathi sizwakale yabona njengabancane.
utsho njalo ukuthi liswakala understand
Like to be it, right? Like you don't want to say I'm cool. I just like to see participating in other things.
Wow. With a participation in youth, Cynthia, what is the future that you see?
I think we'll see, like, in the future, people's rights will be improved.
What's your rights, youth, ever improved?
As the campaign continued to gather momentum, invading spaces frequented by young people, the fear of elections was slowly being addressed.
One of the things that we have done, which is probably very different in terms of approaches used to engage with young people, is the fact that we've tried to occupy space where you already find young people, because there was and there is this whole idea that when you want to engage with young people, you engage them via meetings, you engage them via calling for kind of debates, public forums where people can engage. But what we've seen is that young people don't participate if you use the conventional ways of mobilization. So this campaign is sought to occupy spaces where young people are. Radio, social media, because those are the spaces where you find young people.
About 800,000 new people were registered to vote before the July 31 election, according to the Registrar General's office. This was testimony that the mobile electoral kiosks that were run by the Election Resource Center as part of the X1G program were producing results. As the elections were drawing closer, the political parties were looking more to the young voters for support as they started expressing themselves on this important national process. And on the voting day, the results of the X1G program that started in 2012 were becoming more apparent. Finally, the young voters got hooked onto elections and loved every moment of it, and finally realized that their participation counts.
It's It's good day for the change. They are on need jobs. Yeah, stable economy, the infrastructure development.
This is a long queue at one of the polling stations in Harare. And I've just been speaking to two young men. They've been telling me they are voting for the first time. And one of the things that they are looking for out of a new presidency, which will come after these elections, are jobs. They would want to see an improved economy where they can be able to get jobs and earn a living.
Atavota mdala. Mkarikavota mara. Mamtende. Ndatoenda mdzara. Ndaregezi. Aiwa asakavota.
Even more satisfying was the feeling after the actual act of casting their ballots for the first time.
Now I'm feeling okay because I was anxious to vote for the first time. So now, since the process was very fast, it's very nice.
Okay.
So I'm very happy that I managed to vote early in the morning.
Okay. So you feel it was indeed fast?
It was fast, yeah.
Yeah. President Robert Mugabe also voted together with his children, one of whom was a first-time voter, his son Robert Jr.
Local authority. For the first time.
Navari mugota vovota makurukota nyangwe navari kwachihota mwaka unota nota tichava tiri bota wangu musha wakambova dota ingori mhirizhonga panguva yekuvota.
With the elections now behind us, the X1G program will be part of a bigger legacy that will be left for Zimbabweans when they next go for elections in 2018.
Ramangwana rendu rakajekesisa fani tingatosvorwa tipei magogorosika.
Thank you.